Culture and local wisdom during the Sukhothai period. Irrigation technology. The topography of Sukhothai consisted of many mountainous slopes, which make it difficult to naturally store water. According to the stone inscriptions, due to this geographical obstacle, Sukhothai people constructed dams called Sarit between mountains and hills to store fresh water. They also dug several large ponds called Tapang that acted as man-made reservoirs to keep the water for domestic and agricultural usage. The stone inscription volume 1 stated that in the direction where people lay their heads down to sleep, there are monasteries, the temple, the abbot, Sarit and a lot of coconut and jackfruit trees. This means that Sukhothai people built a dam called Sarit on the southern part to direct water through the Sao Canal, using various sizes of terracotta pipes across the city toward large reservoirs called Tapang, which were in the middle of Sukhothai city. Having such a systematic irrigation system hugely benefited the kingdom in terms of agriculture, as farmers used water from the Prayaruang water pipes for rice farming. Plenty of water became accessible and available for agriculture and household consumption without relying too heavily on seasonal rain. This was because Sukhothai people dug several tapang or reservoirs to store water. The local wisdom in inventing and managing irrigation system of the Sukhothai rulers and their subjects had made the land of Sukhothai productive and fertile all year round. Sankhalok. The famous pottery of Sukhothai called Sankhalok was influenced by the Chinese pottery technology. There were many ceramic production centers such as near the Mejon River in the Sukhothai city, on Payang, Got Noi sub-district, outside Sisachanalai, and on Ban Tau Hai in Pisanulok. China was the state of wars at the time. Therefore, Sukhothai took the advantage of the circumstance by promoting and developing the export market aggressively. A large amount of evidence of these export traders was found in the ancient sunken ships that had carried Sankhalok pottery scattering around the water of Got Kram, Got Sichang, Pattaya, and Sattahip district. Sukhothai earthenwares ranged from potteries, architectural parts, and religious objects such as tiles, flower pots, and figurines. Tutriang kilns. From archaeological excavations, it was found that potteries and earthenwares were also produced in the region approximately 300 years prior to the founding of the Sukhothai kingdom, but not with the advanced technology as in the Sukhothai period. The Chinese technology of production and style was spread into the Sukhothai kingdom during the reign of King Ramkhamhaeng. Archaeological evidence like kiln sites were found in Sukhothai city. Kiln sites were found along the bank of Mejon Moat and at Wat Prapai Luang. In Sisachanalai, major sites were found along the riverbank of the Yom River on the areas called Ban Payang and Ban Got Noi. Many ancient kilns found at these sites were called Tu Riang kilns. The Sankalok kilns were the evidence that proved the advanced wisdom of the ancient Sukhothai people. To strengthen the texture of ceramic wares, they built a special type of kilns. They dug a hollow hole in the riverbank, designed the kiln with the front part narrow to start fire for heating. The middle part was much wider for putting the ceramic wares during the heating process. The back part was made narrowed and installed a funnel for ventilation. The later models were modified by using fine-grained clay to make the kilns into a shape of a boat's roof, pratun รือ. These kilns were constructed on the elevated ridge where fine-grained clay was available. These newer models were divided into two categories: an updraft kiln and a cross-draft kiln. The updraft kilns released the heat upward, while the cross-draft kiln released the hot air horizontally, which produced higher heating temperature. The Sukhothai earthenware, the Sankalok, was much admired by all until the 22nd Buddhist century, before the improved version of Chinese porcelain flooded the local and foreign markets. The invention of the Thai script. The Thai script is considered as one of the most important cultural heritage. พ่อขุนรามคำแหง the Great ordered his scholars to create the Thai script by adapting the Indian Ceylonese, Khmer, Mon, and local alphabets. In the year of BE 1826, the Thai script named Lai Sứ Thai was invented. It has consonant letters, vowel symbols, tone diacritics, and Thai numbers. The Lai Sứ Thai script, which was the forerunner of the present-day Thai script, was the most outstanding cultural heritage that was passed on and managed to survive through the Ayutthaya, Thonburi, and Ratanakosin periods, and finally evolved into the present-day Thai script. Initially, there were in total of 42 consonant letters, and the letter Tonamunto and Honokhook were added later. During the rule of พ่อขุนรามคำแหง each vowel, symbol, and consonant letter was written together on the same line instead of using ไม้หันอากาศ as a vowel symbol for the sound. Instead, the latter consonant letter were repeated, such as no, an. During the reign of พระมหาธรรมราชา I, Litai, the form of Lai Sứ Thai script has been changed. Some vowel symbols were placed above and some under the consonant letters in the same way as the Khmer script. The gradual development of the Lai Sứ Thai script continued until the rule of King Narai the Great of Ayutthaya Kingdom. Jindamani, the first Thai textbook on Thai language and literature, was introduced. By then, the form of the script had evolved to be similar to the present Thai script. Having our own Thai script thanks to the King Ramkhamhaeng the Great, had been helpful in portraying the Thai identity, cultural value, and independence. In addition, recording of Thai history in stone inscriptions were made possible and gave birth to Thai literature. The script was advantageous toward the improvement of Sukhothai administrative system. King Ramkhamhaeng's Lai Sir Thai script was spread to other adjacent kingdoms such as Lana, Laos, and Burma. The Sukhothai literature, Traiphumikata. While he was the viceroy, Uparaja of Sri Sachanalai, พระมหาธรรมราชา I, Li Thai, had composed an important book called Traiphumikata. Some parts were taken from the Pali canon of Buddhist scriptures, Tripitaka, Traiphum. The story of the three planes of existence tells the stories of the three different worlds in the Buddhist cosmology, which were the sensuous plane, the form plane, and the formless plane. The plot tells the origin of animals, yakshas, devils, humans, devas, Brahma, and the cosmos. The main theme is to teach Sukhothai people to perform only good deeds, believing it would lead them to heaven, but those who performed the bad deeds would be sent to hell. Traiphumikata is a piece of literature that describes the concept of ruling which พระมหาธรรมราชา I had used throughout his reign. The book could be reference to the high intellect of Sukhothai rulers who combined Buddhism with politics. The rulers had used Buddhist teachings and beliefs as important tools to govern their subjects. Local wisdom in sculpture. The most prominent sculptural works of the Sukhothai period are the bronze statues of Buddha. The Sukhothai statues had distinctive features, an oval and slightly smiling face, curved and compassionate eyes, a beautifully curved body, a serene and compassionate posture, and decorated with beautiful curves. There were 4 popular postures of the Sukhothai Buddha statues, which are the sitting position, the standing position, the walking position, and the reclining position. Here are some examples of famous Buddha statues of the Sukhothai era. พระบุตรชินราช A seated Maravijaya Buddha statue, measure 5.6 meters in width. This splendid Buddha statue was built during the rule of พระมหาธรรมราชา I, Li Thai. This beautiful Buddha statue has been enshrined in the Loyer Vihan of วัดพระศรีรัตนมหาธาตุวรมหาวิหาร in พิษณุโลก พระศรีสักยมุนี The biggest known casted Buddha statue in the seated Maravijaya position, measures 6.5 meters in width, was also built during the reign of พระมหาธรรมราชา I, พระยาลิไทย Initially, it was enshrined in the main royal vihan of Wat Mahathat in the Sukhothai royal palace. It was later moved to Wat Sutat, Thepwararam, Rachawara Mahavihan in Bangkok. Local wisdom in architecture. The main materials used in construction that were used during this period were bricks and laterites. Those were the key materials for constructing foundations, pillars, and walls. A frame of the roof was normally made of wood. The roof itself was covered by ceramic tiles, a mixture of lime and sand, and substances such as sugar and plants resin as a binder was used for coating. This coating mixture was also used for drawing on pillars, walls, corbels, cornices, and other parts of the building. The beauty of Sukhothai classical architectural art could be found in the Lotus Butte, Phum Khalbin, JD, the multi-tier and supporting square base with topping of lotus bud was the unique Sukhothai architectural style. The lotus bud topping refers to the way that Buddhists use lotus flowers to worship Lord Buddha. The main Jedi of Wat Mahathat in the ancient Sukhothai city, and also the main Jedi of Wat Jedi Jettao in Sisachanalai proved to be good examples of magnificent architectural design of the Sukhothai period. Another unique type of Jedi, the Ceylonese designed Jedi, was the one with an overturned bell shape, with a spiral of pagodas placed on the base. Under the overturned bell-shaped wall was the Buddha statue, while the base had stucco work of animal sculptures, such as elephants. Some examples of the Ceylonese designed Jedi were found in Wat Chang Lom in the old city of Sisachanalai and in Wat Sa Si in the ancient city of Sukhothai.